I've noticed that every teacher and every painter hums a little tune like di-di-di-di-di-di-di. This is the only thing I can do. If you think it's not nice, okay, then go. All right, then go. Then go and work. Then go and work. You can finish. Thank you. Right, so this is English for You, and hello everybody from the American International School, Katie, Rudy and Alex. How are you doing? Fine, okay, good. And I have my Fazaka students, Attila, Judy and David. How are you doing?
Fine.
Fine, okay. And I've got Mati over there. Hi.
Hi, Victor.
Is everything fine?
After this painting, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I mean, I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless. And I've got a very special guest here, Mr. Erdelyi Levente.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you. Very happy you are here. And I think you've got something to do with galleries, art galleries.
That's correct.
I think we are going to exploit your expertise. We definitely need it.
All right.
Today, I've thought of a different sort of beginning. At the very beginning of the English for You programs, it was me who read out the words. Then it was the American students. And how about you, Mati? I would like you to read out the Hungarian words with a heavy English accent. Can you do that? So,
The English accent.
with an English accent.
Secesio.
Good.
No.
Xendelet.
Totally wrong.
Tajcape.
Thai cape. Look at me. Thai cape.
Tajcape.
Thai cape.
Thai cape.
Hopeless.
Okay.
Okay. The next three.
Quarters. Minden bizonyal.
Minden bizonyal.
Minden bizonyal. Okay,
Right.
it's fine. Átalakul.
Everybody please. Átalakul. Great. Okay. So what we are going to do now, would you please put up your hand if you like to paint. David, let me see your hand. Right. So 1. And if you look there, you can see his painting. Alex, what do you think his painting is about?
What it's about?
Uh-huh. What's the topic?
Is it a city? I don't know.
Gotham City.
Gotham City?
Right. Katie, can you add anything to it?
A city during winter and summer.
Okay, David, so what is it? Okay, so what is it?
So, obviously, I put the emphasis on the contrast between the two eras, the Gothic and the futuristic age. And
Which is Gothic?
Gothic.
I mean, in the picture.
That's a Gothic church.
Uh-huh.
And well, there are many differences between the two ages. For example, the main aim of the Gothic designer was to reach the sky in some way. And well, as you can see, the skyscrapers in the background can do this, can accomplish this mission, but the Gothic church can't.
Would you put your topic to the 21st century?
Well, I think it's very current. I wouldn't put it to the 21st century.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, there's going to come up one picture on the projector, and it's going to be the favorite picture of, I think, Alex. But before I'm turning to Alex, if you recognize the painter, if you know the name of the painter, put up your hand. 1, 2, 3. Attila?
It's
Oh, wait. You know it?
Degas.
Degas. Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
Why do you like this picture so much?
Because I've been doing ballet all my life, and so I like him a lot because he paints a lot of ballerinas.
And do you think it's very lifelike?
Yeah.
Do you like this painting?
Yeah.
Especially? So you can dance a little? Not now, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Good. And I have another picture on the projector, and I think it's Judy's favorite, right? There it is. If you recognize the painter again, put up your hand. You don't? David?
That's Munch.
Munch. Okay. Why do you like it so much, Judy? I mean, it's pretty depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very depressing. If you look at it, you don't think, oh, what a beautiful picture. It's not beautiful, but unfortunately, we can see the upper part, which is a very strong mixture of orange and yellow and red, which is the most impressive part of the picture, I think. the reason why I like it is it's not this character in the foreground, but the main contrast between the two parts, the foreground and the background.
And isn't it a problem that it's so depressing? I mean, you look at this painting for 30 minutes and off you go to the psychiatrist. No?
Yeah, but I think in a different way, but all the paintings of Munch are a bit depressing.
Right. Okay, how about a little game, the two groups, and different styles of painting are going to come up, and your job is going to be to put these styles of painting in chronological order. So we have Impressionism, Baroque, Art Nouveau, and Renaissance.
Okay.
If you know the answer, if you can put it into chronological order, and put up your hand. Katie, would you try it? Yes, please.
I think that the Renaissance came first, then it was the Baroque, then Art Nouveau, and then the Impressionism.
If you agree, put up your hand. You don't.
Oh. No.
No, you don't?
No.
Alex?
The Art Nouveau comes after the Impressionism.
Yes. So the correct
Otherwise
order
it's
is
right.
DBAC. Here it is. Renaissance, Baroque, Impressionism, and Art Nouveau. And this is a very important word, Art Nouveau, because Hungarians used to translate secessio, and they think it's an international word and they can use it. They can't use it. You have to use Art Nouveau, right? So that's the first word you should remember. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give out these 4 slips. Choose one, choose one, choose one, choose one. And they are descriptions of different styles, and different pictures are going to come up. And you have to match your description with that of the picture, okay? So here's the first.
It's mine.
Are you sure? Yeah. Do you recognize the painter?
Yes.
Monet.
Say it again.
Claude Monet.
Monet, excellent. Yes, would you read out your description?
This is the style of painting used especially in France between 1817 and 1900, which produces effects, especially of light, by use of color rather than by details of form.
So the important thing is the use of light and color, and not the forms. Good. Can we have the second one, please, and be very careful who's going to come? Oh, yes. Rudy? Yes. Yeah, would you read it out, please, Yossi?
The period in Europe from about...
I don't think so. Sorry. I don't think so. Who's it then?
It's Baroque.
Say it.
It's Baroque, it's mine.
Yeah?
Highly decorated style, which was fashionable during the 17th century.
So it's... Do you recognize the painter? Let me help you. Rubens. Okay, and it's Baroque. The next one, please. Wow, it's wonderful. It's one of my favorite paintings. No, I don't think so. Who's got it?
Is that mine?
I don't know. I don't know.
It can't be mine. Come on.
Yeah?
Is it really?
I don't
No,
know.
it's not. Is
Could you read it
Art
out, please,
Nouveau?
and we'll see.
Art Nouveau?
It is.
It is?
It is definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
A style of art and decoration common at the end of the 19th century using flowing lines and plant forms.
Flowing lines and plant forms. And this was...
they're the plants.
Yeah. Okay. And this was one in a calendar. This was one page. You can see the zodiacs here, the signs of the zodiacs. Okay. And it's a Muha painting. And how about the last one? Now it's your turn, I believe.
Okay,
Rudy?
now it's mine. Okay. The period in Europe from about 1400 to about 1600, when art, literature of the ancient world, especially ancient Greece, began to be studied again.
Yes, so Renaissance. What we are going to do is a little bit of a different story. I'm going to read out the definition, and I would like you to say the word. A painting of flowers and fruit.
Oh, still life.
Say it again.
Still life.
Yes, that's what we have. Still life. Still life. It's going to be very, very important. Could you visualize a still life? Yes, and it's right here, by the way. Does it meet your expectation? The real still life?
Well, the fruits are missing.
The fruits are missing, but
Otherwise
definitely
it's
we have lots of flowers. Do you recognize the painting? The painter? Van Gogh.
Oh, yes.
It is Van Gogh. Okay, the next one, and I hope you're going to have time to visualize the picture. A picture of a wide view of country scenery.
Landscape.
Say it again.
Landscape.
Good. We have landscape, and I would like you to visualize a landscape. Got it? Mm-hmm. And I wonder if it's going to meet the expectation. So let's, oh, here we go. Yes? Oh, you had a different picture in your mind, Judy? You had a different picture?
Yeah.
What kind of picture?
I expected more of a nature.
Yes. So there's a small town in the background. The painter is Csontváry. Csontváry Koszkatiba, Hungarian painter, very famous. Yeah. The third, painting, drawing, or photograph of a real person or a group of people. Portrait. Here we go. The third one, a portrait. And again, I believe you have a picture in your mind. Is it a man or a woman you have? Man? Is it a man or a woman you have? Yes?
A woman. A woman.
A woman. You got it. You got it. And it's a very nice Ripperoni, by the way. It's a very nice Ripperoni. Look at this transfigured face. Very beautiful. Where is this woman now? This picture was painted in 1892. Where is the woman?
Dead.
Most likely. Right, okay. Now, we are going to watch different portraits now from a different painter. And by the portrait, I would like to judge the painter, where you think he comes from. So what do you think the background? Is he dead, or is he a contemporary? A contemporary painter. Contemporary means of present time. Contemporary. Okay? Okay, so shall we have the portraits now, please?
Contemporary.
Weird faces. Okay, you can come up with the style if you think about it, the background of the painter. Right. What a lovely portrait. So what do you think about it, Alex? What do you think about the painting? Hungarian?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think it's Hungarian.
Okay, so what do you think?
I really have no idea. Ask Rudy.
Why ask me?
Okay, Attila, any ideas?
Well, I think it's contemporary, but it resembles a bit to Bosch, but it's not the same style. And so it's modern, I think, and African or Southeast Asian or something.
What do you think African? Why do you think African? Because of the
figures with
yeah, the colors and the figures. Right.
That's the portrait.
Right. Now, contemporary. Now, it's going to be very, very easy. Say the name of a famous contemporary pop star, Alex.
A famous contemporary
pop star.
Britney Spears. There you go, Britney Spears.
Good. Say the name of a contemporary film star, Rudy.
Film star.
Come on, quick. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Will Smith.
Right. Sportsman.
Mike Lowe.
Good. Politician.
I don't know.
Say one.
I wouldn't like to name one.
Judy?
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair. Say the name of a famous contemporary painter. I got you here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're familiar with pop stars, film stars, sportsmen, politicians?
Yeah, she's Scotland.
Okay.
Jeroen Krabbe. Ravalina.
Dutch?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, thank you. So we have one. Yes?
Ravalina.
Yes.
Hungarian.
She's Hungarian. David?
Hans-Rudi Geiger, Swiss.
Swiss. But we had to wait a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds, more than a film star. And now you're going to meet Mr. Malangatana. Mr. Malangatana is the painter of those portraits. And I've got a question for you. How famous is the master? That's your job. And what country is mentioned? That's the Fazakash's job, okay? What country is mentioned? So shall we have the first one, please?
He's a national figure. He's better known than a boxer or a leading political figure or a soccer player in our country. He's become like an institution in Mozambique, and it says a lot about the country the value they place on art.
I told you that every painter hums. That's why I started humming. He hums too. Okay, so the question, how famous is he?
It's pretty famous. More famous.
Katie?
More famous than a soccer player or anybody political figure in their country.
And he's a national institution.
Yeah.
So he's very, very, very famous. And the country that was mentioned?
Mozambique.
Judy, please?
Mozambique.
Mozambique. Put up your hand if you can visualize Mozambique on the map.
You got me.
Okay, I got you now. I got you. Rudy, where is Mozambique?
It's southeast, I think, or southwest.
Can you name a country that is neighboring?
Next to it.
Uh-huh. Okay, here's the map. Okay, so we have Mozambique and South Africa and Madagascar over here. So this is where we are, and it had a very terrible civil war in the 80s and 90s, so it wasn't a good place to live. Okay, but they have a modern-day Picasso. Right. What do you think is happening in Malangatana's picture? And it's going to be a little bit of description now. So we have this picture, and I hope you can make it out.
Operation.
Katie?
An operation.
What makes you think so? What can you see?
The blood and the masks on top of people's mouths.
Are you sure it's blood?
It looks pretty, gutsy and intestine.
So you can see intestines and what? Oh, it's a little bit disgusting, but so what is it? No idea.
Castration?
No. Got any idea, Levente, what it might be?
Maybe a child is born.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. That's what I thought first. But the guy has a moustache. So I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I mean, it's pretty much against this idea, right? My idea is, Marty, have you got any idea what it might be? My idea is that this is it. Mummification.
Cool.
So if I'm right, they are taking out the brain and the intestines, and then they are going to put some oil and cream, and they're going to wrap the whole body, and they're going to bury it. That's mummification. And then next year they're going to dig it out and do it again. That's what they usually do in Mozambique. That's what I've heard. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, they break them down.
Now, isn't it a very weird topic? Do you think you could sell this picture in Hungary? You're very familiar with art gallery.
In Hungary it would be difficult.
Why?
Because I'd say the buyers are different-minded people, and the taste is different. We don't have any association with Mozambique which would be interesting for let's say a collector. There might be a few who's interested in international paint, but generally no.
And do you have very weird pictures in your gallery? I mean, the topic is very weird.
We try
like mummification is weird.
It's weird. It's definitely weird. I'd say we are pretty normal in the selection.
All right. My Foteka students, what do we learn about Malangatana? So listen to every little detail. And the American students, how have Malangatana's works metamorphosed, changed? So what are the periods? Okay. So shall we have the next one, please?
He is Malangatana Valente Ngwenya, and he's not only an institution, he's arguably Mozambique's foremost contemporary painter. A self-taught artist who found time to paint in between his full-time job as a house servant. That was more than 40 years ago, and today the 64-year-old is serving a different master. Malangatana's works have metamorphosed throughout the decades, from his pre-colonial era to the Civil War years to Mozambique's reconstruction and rehabilitation to his interpretation of heaven and hell.
So, Judy?
He used to be a helper in a house or a servant or something like that. And this was a full-time job for him, but he could make some time to take care of painting also.
So he's a self-taught
Yeah.
painter. That's the word he used, a self-taught painter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the different eras, could you catch that? Katie?
Well, there was some of the Mozambique Civil War, and
Right.
I also did some impressions of Heaven and Hell, but that was at the end, and then some other ones.
If I remember well, the first was the pre-colonial era.
Right.
I think the Portuguese were there, by the
Yeah.
way. It's a pre-colonial era. Then Civil War, then the rehabilitation, reconstruction and rehabilitation,
Heaven
and now his interpretation of Heaven and Hell. Okay? And that was a very interesting sentence. It went like this. He's arguably Mozambique's foremost contemporary painter. Arguably. Could you translate this sentence? He's arguably Mozambique's foremost contemporary painter. Judy, would you say it?
Kétségtelenül Mozambik legjobb kortárs festője.
Yes, arguably, minden bizonnyal. And it's a very nice word, I liked it a lot. He's arguably the best painter. Good. All right. He was a house servant, Levente, and he's self-taught. And he's a naive painter. Naive. Does it mean that he believes everything? That's why he's naive?
No, it is the artistic style, which is called naive. We have naive artists in Hungarian folklore art, for example.
And for a painter, how important do you think it is to be well-trained, well-educated?
It is very important, in my opinion, but there are some examples when really school has nothing to do with the artist's talents, but those are rare moments that we find an artist who is self-taught and really does not need schooling.
Right, but it's very rare.
Very rare.
So he's a true prodigy, right? Do you like Malangatana's works? By the way, you have seen a couple of portraits and the mummification.
Interesting. I would not put it on my bedroom, but definitely interesting.
Thank you for mentioning your bedroom, because this painting... no, not this one. The next painting we are going to have... but first, before going into that, we are going to listen to Malangatana's words. What is his message? And then we are going to find a painting to your bedroom. Okay? We'll see. Okay, so what is his message?
Malangatana has a simple message for the next generation of contemporary artists.
What I would like really is that young people look to my painting and try to find if there is something useful on my painting. Not to judge only if the graphic way of my painting is good or it's not, because I'm not really painting to make anybody be happy.
Right. So, what's the message? It's always very difficult to understand a painter. When a painter starts talking, it's very difficult. Painters should paint, but anyway, he was talking about his art. Could you catch the word? Yes, David?
Well, he tries to persuade the younger generation to look at his pictures constantly and decide the way of the graphic. And he said that he just doesn't want to be doesn't want to be liked by the younger generation.
Yes. So, in other words, he just doesn't want to make everybody happy. So that's not why he's painting, but they want the generations to learn. Right. Okay. Just one more painting, very, very, very quickly. And this is it. I've chosen it for your bedroom. It's a little bit, the topic is, I would call it erotic. Is it possible to sell erotic paintings?
It is.
A lot of people want to buy erotic?
I would not say en masse, but there is some interest, and if the drawings are very tastefully done, we have much better success than if it's very abstract or very bizarre erotic painting.
Thank you very much, Levente. I love that painting, by the way. And now the words. And I hope we have learned something today. Secessió, Matyi?
Art Nouveau.
Excellent pronunciation. Your English is better than your Hungarian. Csendélet?
Still life.
Still life. Good. Tájkép?
Landscape.
Landscape. Wonderful. Kortárs?
Contemporary.
Contemporary. And Minden bizonnyal.
Arguably.
Arguably. And the last one is metamorphose. Thank you very much for coming, Levente. Thank you for your help. See you next week.